What's the strangest excuse a relative gave for missing the birth of your child? My sister-in-law Deanna told me she couldn't come to the hospital because her houseplants needed her. I was 9 centimeters dilated when my husband Rob read me the text. She says the ferns are stressed and she can't leave them, he said. She'll meet the baby later. I laughed through a contraction because it was easier than screaming. Her ferns. She's always been like this, Rob said. I gave birth at 6:14 p.m. to a girl we named Wren. Deanna didn't text again that night. She didn't text the next day. When we brought Wren home, there were no flowers on the porch, no casserole, nothing. I let it go. I was too tired to fight a woman over houseplants. 3 weeks later, I got a call from a hospital billing office. A woman said, "We're calling to verify the newborn insurance claim under your policy for a second dependent. There's only one baby. There's only Wren. Our records show 2 claims filed under your name and date of delivery," she said, "both for female infants." I stood in my kitchen holding a bottle. "That's not possible. I had one baby. The second was filed by a Deanna," and she said Rob's last name. I hung up and called Rob at work. "Did Deanna have a baby? She's known that for years. Then why is there a claim with her name on my delivery date?" He didn't answer that. He said he'd come home. I didn't wait for him. I drove to Deanna's apartment with Wren in the back seat because I had nowhere to leave her. Deanna opened the door in a robe, and behind her on the couch was a bassinet. "Whose baby is that?" I said. It wasn't a question. "You need to leave," she said. I pushed past her. The bassinet was empty, but on her coffee table were papers, a birth certificate application, hospital discharge forms, all of them with my delivery date, all of them naming a baby girl, and the mother's name typed at the top was Deanna's. "You filed as her mother," I said. My hands were shaking. "You filed paperwork saying you gave birth to a baby the same day I did." "I can explain," Deanna said. "Explain the ferns," I said. "Explain why you skipped the actual birth." And she did. And it was worse than anything I'd guessed, because I couldn't be at the hospital as a visitor, she said. "If I was on the visitor log, if I was seen there as your sister-in-law, it wouldn't work. I needed the records to show I was a patient. I needed to be admitted the same day, in the same wing." She wouldn't look at me. "There's a family trust. Rob's grandmother left it to the first grandchild born. Rob and I were told whoever produced a baby first got the whole thing. I couldn't have one. So I paid someone in records to slot a delivery under my name for the same date as yours, timestamped an hour earlier. On paper, my daughter was born at 5:10 p.m. Yours at 6:14. You don't have a daughter," I said. "I have paperwork," she said. "That's all the trust needs." I looked at the empty bassinet, staged for a baby that didn't exist, and I understood the ferns. She hadn't skipped the birth out of pettiness. She'd stayed away so no camera, no nurse, no sign-in sheet could ever place her at my delivery, so no one could prove she wasn't in her own room down the hall, having a baby of her own. I took out my phone. "Say it again," I said. "Say what?" "The part about paying someone in records. The timestamp. All of it." I turned the screen toward her. It had been recording since I walked in. "Say it again for the camera." Her face dropped. She lunged for the phone and I stepped back into the hallway, out the door, Wren's carrier bumping my knee. "You give me that," Deanna said. "You give me that right now, or I swear." "The trust needs paperwork," I said. "So does the fraud unit." Rob's car pulled into the lot as I reached mine. He got out, looked at his sister in her robe screaming in the doorway, looked at me holding up my phone. "She filed a fake baby to steal the trust," I told him. "The ferns were the alibi. It's all recorded." Rob looked at Deanna for a long moment. Then he took out his own phone and said, "I'm calling Grandma's attorney right now, and then the police." Deanna sat down on her own doorstep, in her robe, next to the empty bassinet she'd built for a daughter who was only ever a timestamp.